Hey babes, it's Sophia. Just popping in for a little note to let you know that I am taking the month of March as a little break from the podcast. I've got you covered. We're going to pull some of the most favorite episodes, but also I want to share some of the underrated episodes that have a lot of the juicy stuff that I am finding myself repeating, not only in my coaching sessions, but on my free Spark calls. So maybe you've heard these before. I invite you to re-listen with a new ear. And if you haven't, then please do enjoy. They are a lovely visit into some of the skills that we need to master in order to have naked, sexy fun in our long-term relationships. With that in mind, I just want to mention that I only have 7 spots left in the Naked Fun Comeback, which is my signature program to help you go from awkward and pressure-filled sex or no sex to easy, comfortable, and consistent intimacy that feels good for you both. This iteration of the Naked Fun Comeback is essentially a 4-month coaching program. It comes with 4 months of curriculum that you can do in your spare time, I promise. It's 30-minute videos once a week for you to listen to on the private podcast or in the video stream, and minimum a 30-minute date night once a month, ideally once a week. So if you can listen to a 30-minute video or 30-minute lesson once a week, and you can do a 30-minute date night with your partner once a week, you are going to see progress. The magic is that right now only, I am still offering one-on-one coaching in this offer. So you get a customized journey through the curriculum. You get me in your pocket every single day, except for the weekends, helping you pivot when your initiation move went sideways, helping you process when your date night didn't go as planned, and helping you celebrate when things are going well. I am hearing such amazing things from my clients in the program. We've got a couple that interrupted their duty sex cycle that was happening for several years. They had an amazing weekend away. She wanted it. She was asking for more. They are debriefing on the regular and building a sex life that feels so good for them. And I even have men and higher libido partners who have joined the program alone, who are engaging their partners in connection, even if it's not intimate yet, for the first time in a while. And they now have a step-by-step process to follow with me coaching them by their side. So this is the most affordable this program is ever going to be, with the most access to me that you can ever get. Get in on one of those spots. If you can't find a time to book a coaching call with me, just DM me on Instagram or email me and let's get you sorted. I would really love to see you in there. And otherwise, really juicy things are coming for the Naked Fun Comeback program. I'm excited for everything that we're going to roll out later in the spring. That is all I've got to say. Without further ado, enjoy this week's episode, and I will talk to you soon. Hello, friends. We are back on the Sex After Kids podcast. Thank you for dropping in. Today, we're going to quickly talk about something super important, which is creating a positive feedback loop in your sex life. So, what is a feedback loop and why should you care? When you have a sexual encounter, and I'm talking from initial flirt and initiation right through to aftercare, the experience makes an impression on your body and your nervous system. If the experience was pleasurable and felt good, made you feel safe, and overall had positive associations, your body goes, yes, sex equals a good thing. And the next time there's an invite or sex happens, your body goes, oh yeah, we like this. We can relax, we can have a good time, grab the margaritas, and this creates the ingredients for a good time. And so on, and so on, and so on. When we are able to relax and sink into sex, we have better sex. So the more positive associations we create, the easier it becomes. Fairly self-explanatory, but it's worth mentioning because if you are here listening to this podcast, this is maybe not your experience right now. Likely you are in a loop of stress and overstimulation, where even if you have the most loving partner in the world, a bid for sex is overwhelming your body and you're getting a fuck no. Or maybe you're feeling some resentment and frustration with your partner about chores and life being busy, or you aren't feeling seen or cared for. So there's a level of deep trust that's not present right now, today in your relationship, and that's putting your body on high alert. Or your partner initiates in a way that makes you feel like a piece of meat instead of a human, or you cajole yourself or feel pressured into having sex that you aren't really excited to have. And when you get there, it's pretty lackluster anyways. All of these and many more are scenarios that have the opposite effect of a positive feedback loop. Your body goes into contraction. Your nervous system goes into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. The muscles of your pelvic floor, guy or girl, penis or vagina, and party bits will tighten and contract, and the blood flow will constrict. All of these conditions make it harder to enjoy sex. Then the next time you go to have sex or get an invite, your body goes, remember last time? Let's brace ourselves. Let's contract. Let's tighten up. Let's go into lockdown mode, making it even harder to get into relaxed, open pleasure. And on and on and on. You get the picture. If you add a history of any kind of sexual trauma to these scenarios, you can see how your body will get stuck into a negative feedback loop. So even if today, right now, your partner is loving, caring, sweet, and consensual, if your body has not so great memories and associations with sex, they can arise and block your current good times, especially if your partner does not know how to deal with them. And the sad reality is almost all of us have some kind of negative sexual experience in our past, whether it's the time that you just didn't honor your own needs or whether it's a full sexual assault. So what do we do if we're stuck in a negative feedback loop, as I presume many of you are? We need to follow a few key principles, and this is where you want to get your partner to listen in, okay, partners? If you are having sex with a woman or really any human being at all, you can assume that they're stuck in a bit of a negative feedback loop of some kind, or that trauma is at play. And the more stimulated and stressed out your partner is, like overstimulated your partner is, and the more stressed out your partner is, the more likely they are to be stuck in a negative feedback loop, which may or may not have anything to do with you and how good you are at sex and how loving you are and all of these things, right? This has to do with their body and their nervous system flicking a switch into a sex is not safe mode and contracting up. It's pretty hard to have a great orgasm when the flow of blood is not going to the genitals. It's pretty hard to have a great orgasm when that pleasure is not moving around in the body. It's pretty hard to have a great orgasm or great sex when you are locked down in fight, flight, or freeze. Right? So as a partner, we need to know how to recognize this, how to create dialogue around this, and how to support this. Now, I will go more into depth in future around how to work with trauma in the body, de-armoring, all kinds of juicy stuff. But in the meantime, let's just talk about some basics here, right? To reverse the loop, we do not need to aim for the most mind-blowing sex ever. We just need to start with easy, small, low pressure wins. We are not looking to undo all of this at once. We are looking to create a trail of breadcrumbs from what is currently happening back to good times. So how do we do that? First and foremost, we want to take the pressure and the expectation of sex off the table for a little while. This is really bad. If your partner really doesn't want to have sex, absolutely, you've got to do this. If you aren't doing it anyways, you want to take that pressure off and you want to aim for naked, sexy, fun times. Naked, sexy, fun times is just that, getting naked and having a fun time. Maybe it includes intercourse, maybe it doesn't. And depending on where you are at in your negative feedback loop process, it may exclude intercourse for a while on purpose. Maybe we're just naked and playing a board game together. Maybe we're just naked and cooking together. Maybe we're just naked and watching a movie together. A small win could be making out with no expectations and really enjoying it. In fact, making out with a rule that it's not going to progress further. A small win could be cuddling naked with no pressure for it to be more, or a rule that it can't become more. A small win could be playing games of touch together. A small win could be honoring a no when it comes instead of pressuring someone into a yes. Can you accept a no with love and graciousness instead of or an annoyance or like some kind of attitude, right? How you respond to that no can totally shift how many no's you keep getting. To kick off the positive feedback loop, we want to get real intimate with consent, friends. Yes, 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 the most overused word ever. But consent is simply knowing what I want. Not always that simple, I know. Saying it or asking for it. Yep. Listening to my partner's yes or limits and feeling our limit being respected and heard. The more we practice this skill on small levels and all pieces of that skill, the more we build trust with ourselves that we will listen to what our own body asks for and needs. And then we will build trust with our partner that they will do the same. So there's two pieces there. I have to honor my own self and be in relationship with my own vagina, my own body, and then have my partner honor that too. To do this, it means we have to learn how to listen to our body and what it wants. When my partner makes the invite, can I pause and listen in? Is it a yes or a no or a maybe? We have to learn to communicate. Can I get brave and share that yes or no or maybe out loud with words instead of shrinking away? Can I do it without feeling guilty, without backtracking, without feeling bad? We have to learn to listen and honor. Will my partner honor what I say? Will I feel okay about sharing my yes or my no? I have an amazing tool for practicing all of these skills. It helps you to develop body awareness, practice communicating clearly, and building new micro levels of trust that you probably have not ever played with before in your relationship. It's fun. At least I think it's fun. It takes 15 minutes to play with, and it can be done in a sexy version, naked with all kinds of touch on the table, or a very tame version where you are fully clothed and you're only touching hands, feet, backs, any part of the body that feels comfortable and safe. That means there is no excuse for not trying it because you can literally do it while your kids are watching TV. And honestly, you can do this game even with your kids to teach them about consent too and body safety. I want you to start where it feels good for you and you can build up from there. And we'll go into the details on the pod because it's too long, but you can download the instructions for the game over on my website by taking the Solve Your Sex Drive quiz. Give it a shot. See how it goes. Just be open to the fact that your positive feedback loop is all about acknowledging the importance of the nervous system in good sex. If we are stressed out from life, on the edge with our partner, and managing a series of not so great sexual experiences of late or in our past, it is natural, normal, and totally expected that you're going to have a hard time getting in the mood or staying in the mood. Your body is trying to protect you, to armor you from what it perceives as a negative experience. In order to shift the tide, we have to reassure your body, not your brain, but your nervous system, that we are listening to it, respecting its limits, and happy to play in its comfort zone so that step by step, it's willing to come out of its shell. It's willing to open up what it considers comfort. I hope there is something there for you today. A reminder to find the game. Head to my website, find the Solve Your Sex Drive quiz. I'll link to it in the show notes, and give a try to the exercise that you get for your result. All of this is about experimenting with consent, with safe touch, and with creating small wins, a trail of small wins where our body learns I can be intimate and be safe. I can be vulnerable and be safe. I can be naked and be safe. I can be naked and vulnerable and intimate and sexy and be safe. There we go for today. Catch you later.